This is pretty stock blue-red Delver. Gonna play a few matches with it. I really don't feel like I have to say much about it, because I feel like everyone's seen this deck. Blazing value over Electrickery. Not really. I'm just trying things. And I'm just going to play it as is and see what happens. So yeah, sorry that that's not more exciting, but look, I would like to say that I'm willing to try a lot of things. I mean, I just played that previous deck for 5 matches. Long deck, I can answer that actually pretty easily. Basic lands. Basic lands. That's literally the reason. How do I open this community gift chest? I don't even know what it does. Does anyone know how to open this chest? Literally have no idea how this thing works. Alright, cool. Got a match. Playing against Dank Confidant. Sounds dank. Alright, I think this is a keep. Pretty safe from getting killed quickly, and I have a bunch of cantrips and a Pyromancer, so... Okay, this reveals a lot of information in that it's a snow deck. I think versus most Astrolabe decks, I can fetch a duel here safely, so I'm not going to worry about it. Really looking for a second land here. Daze minorly interesting because it's really powerful versus most of the snow decks, so I might keep that. That might be too greedy, though. Thinking about it. I think I'm just going to bottom both, even though the... God, I would have gotten there too, but it's okay. If I get to unload with all my stuff, it's going to be so good. Alright, that's pretty good too, but I really wish I had the Daze. In fact, I think I would rather get Pyromancer get killed than Arcanist. So I'm going to lead with the Pyromancer. It's likely to get plowed, I think. If it gets plowed, I'm not going to fight over it. I'll just let it go. Days to the return to run. No, those days are over, unfortunately. That was a good run. Honestly, that was probably... It might sound weird, but that was probably one of the most broken legacy decks I've played in a while. Alright. So here, I'm reading a Supreme Verdict next turn, so I don't really want to play Arcanist into it. But if I cast a Brainstorm and a Chain Lightning, that probably induces a Verdict as is, so I'm going to do that instead. Okay. So the question is, how many bolts do I want to keep? Maybe I just dump all of the bolts, actually. I might dump one force. Although I think the force might be better than the second bolt, actually. If I dump both forces, what happens? Or sorry, if I dump both bolts, what happens? Probably fetch for Volk and play Ponder. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep both of the bolts, actually. Or both of the forces, rather. Because I think we're getting to a point where if I untap with an Arcanist at any point, the game immediately ends on the spot. Well, that's pretty good too. So I can pitch Force to Force safely. The question is, do I want to cast Chain Lightning this turn? Probably. So I'll attack first in case if they have 2 red sources. Actually, maybe I don't even want to cast it this turn. Because if they even have 1 red source, they can just float a second red and chain back at the Pyromancer, and then they don't need to Verdict. So I guess I'll just say go. In which case I shouldn't have drawn the chain, I should have drawn the Force of Will probably. Yo, I do Manlang. Thank you for the follow. Terminus. Okay. I'm not gonna fight over it. I'm just gonna play it untap and play an Arcanist, I think. So their other card was not good from the Brainstorm, which makes sense. They just wanted to Terminus away the Arcanist. I'm gonna Force of Negation that, pitching Force of Will. So the reason to Force of Negation that, it shuts off Snapcaster Mage Plow. If you Force of Will it, they can still Snap Plow, which is much worse for you. There is, but I think it's worth casting Ponder or Preordain this turn, in my opinion. The life doesn't matter. It's really the Exile clause on Force of Negation that matters more. I think both of these are pretty awful now, so I'll just bottom both. I think these Chain Lightnings are not looking very good, so I'll cast Brainstorm now and look for a fetch. Again, I'm going to slow play this because I think I can afford to do so. Another blue card would have been great. Alright, so this is other reason not to fast play the second Arcanist. You basically have to run them out of removal, which is not the easiest because Sanctuary represents a removal spell every time. Probably means Oko and Veil. I'm gonna get a basic here because I think the third Volcanic Island is probably not a good idea. Alright. So now I can try to ride this to victory. I have almost as many Force of Wills as they have cards in hand, so... So they're hardcasting Force, probably? I'm okay with that. I'm going to return a land because if I draw... I have Brainstorms in my graveyard, so the land in hand is actually valuable. Mystic Sanctuary. So they had the second Sanctuary in their hand. They might put Terminus on top, I guess. I think I'm going to side in a few cards. They're putting Brainstorm on top, huh? Interesting. Guess their hand might not be very good. It's fine. Bolt them down to 11. Nah, not worth it yet. I think that's fine. They only have they only had one card in hand, two cards in hand, so it's not really that scary. They would need something really good to get back here, I think. It's fine. Chain might actually be good enough depending on what happens. Hit them to 11. Well, the only issue with that is if my Arcanist somehow dies, then it doesn't. So I actually might shuffle and just pretend I can dig for another bolt. Because the thing is, if I draw like a Force of Will or something, or Daze or Spell Pierce, it's just so much better. But I understand that thinking. I think I'm just going to shuffle now. Alright. I'm going to leave up Force of Will and Daze plus Force of Will pitch Brainstorm. I think it's pretty hard for them to get out of this. Like, I think the Arcanist just did so much work this game. Okay, 7 cards to their 2. Yeah, Arcanist just ran away with this game. Yeah, I don't think I need to do that. It's probably fine. Exactly. I think being patient is so much better here because I have enough to rebuild from virtually any situation if necessary. I think drawing another red spell there is not exactly where I want to be. Like, I think just waiting is so much better. This is like a Teferi, I just have to force it. Or just hard cast. Yeah. This is like a logical holding for me because I have 5 mana up. Alright, I'll let that resolve. Then I'll force pitching Brainstorm on the Teferi. Alright, well, I just had so much stuff. It was like pretty hard for them to come back from that scenario. That being said, I think Wasteland's kind of garbage in general versus them, but Winter Orb's pretty good. I think I'm going to shave some number bolts even though, like, I think specifically Onrog's list does not have Monster Mentor, so I think the bolts are actually kind of awful. So I think I might do something like this. Surgical does counter the Sanctuary trigger, but I'm not sure that's the approach you want to take. I'll think about it for a few more seconds. You like Surgical? What would you side out then? Could side out 2 Wastelands actually, especially on the draw. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. No, the other nice thing about this deck is I think Honorog's deck has back to basics in the sideboard, but with 3 basics, it's pretty easy for you to function. I'm also cutting down on the number of red cards, so I'm really mono blue with like 9 red cards, which is not that many. So I can fetch Island Mountain pretty regularly, I think, in the matchup. There's only one fetch that can get Mountain, and that's Scalding Tarn, but that's okay. I think it's an acceptable risk. This is a keep. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't change how I play against it, right? Renga. This hand's also pretty good, I think. It's like definitely above average in the matchup. Chose not to shuffle. Don't know what that means. I guess it means they have cards on top that they want. Okay, well, I think I'm just going to play the Delver on 1. Try to get the pressure going. Yeah, that's true. I kind of like this Pyroblast art. Is there... What is it printed in IRL? Does anyone know? Scalding Tarn. Okay. Try to Brainstorm for that. Or Wasteland for that, but I'll get in for 1. I think I'm just gonna Brainstorm end step. It's fine. Yeah, I agree, Mooj. What's up? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're having a good one. But choose to shuffle. Means they need something specific, I think. Okay, that's actually pretty good. What don't I need? Kind of feel like I just put both Pyroblasts back, flip one to Delver, then fetch upkeep, is what I'm thinking actually. But maybe that's crazy. Maybe I put the Pyromancer back. I think Pyroblast is probably better to put back. I think this is good. Obviously, that's like a difficult Brainstorm. Okay. Should I respect back to basics when they have a Tundra in play? I guess I can afford to, so I should. Yo, what's up, Scroto Baggins? Not gonna play a cantrip this turn. I would rather have double defense for my Arcanist. Okay. So one thing that's very subtle is my opponent's giving me the benefit of the doubt with Daze every turn, so it's working out well. I don't even have the Daze. But I am gonna Force of Will pitching probably Preordain here. I want to save Force of Negation for plows, AKs, and stuff like that. So I think I'm just going to hardcast Force of Negation on that. So I could Wasteland. I'm not even convinced that's actually good. Did they miss a land drop? They did not. I think leaving a Blast might just be way better, and shuffling away the Wasteland might actually be good. I am. That was just for the fans, Lawrence, and for the people who give me money. You know how it is. I think I'm gonna put Brainstorm and Wasteland back. Yeah, I think leaving a Blast is so much better. Nah. That sucks. Okay. Why? Because I don't think I would rather redraw the Ponders, pretty much. Sven's Reclamation was kind of cute. And actually, Sven's Reclamation is another reason to have Surgical in my deck. Way to get zooped. Yeah, I got zooped. So, what of it? So, Night Shadow. This is my last fetch land. I'm not guaranteed to have another fetch. That's why I wanted to keep both Ponders in hand, but I understand your reasoning as well. Interesting. I basically have to kill that at all costs. That's sick. Do I want the Surgical? Do I want the Surgical in my hand right now? They'll probably flash it back, targeting Teferi. So, my opinion, I can just let them flash it back and just Surgical whatever they target, because the other thing that they can get is a land. But maybe I should just Surgical the Plow. The thing is, I think letting them use 5 mana is actually actively good for me, so I think I'm just going to draw the Surgical and say go. And I think it's going to work out pretty well, because I still have a Force of Negation in my hand as well. Oh, I could have Surgical Ponder, but I don't really think I care about that. I guess maybe I should have. I don't know. Cuts them off of a draw. They would have 3 other cards in hand. I don't know. Definitely possible that I should have. They chose to shuffle, huh? I think they're looking for removal for Arcanist. The thing is, I don't think they were ever going to spend the mana on it that turn because it folds to a Daze. They already showed a willingness to play around Daze pretty much, so... Could Surgical AK in response. I think I'm going to. I think I'm Surgicaling something. The question is what? Alright, I'll Surgical AK, I guess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Terminus is on top as well. Oh. So I guess I have to Force Negation the Terminus. I could also just let them cast the Terminus and then Force Negation it, right? They'll go up to 3. They'll have 1 card in their hand. Yeah, so I just let them cast the Terminus. They'll have 1 card in hand after that, so they can't, like, mess with my Force of Negation. And forcing the Terminus exiles it so they can't Sanctuary it back, which is the real reason to do that. They have Brainstorm in their hand. Alright, this time I'm going to exile both AKs. Normally, if you're cacking all of the AKs, you should leave one in the deck. But I'm going to just get them all to reduce, so they can't draw like a draw two-hitter. Yo, Jabberwocky, thanks for the huge raid, man. Hope you're having a good one. We're playing some Legacy Blue-Red Delver. I 0-5 to League earlier with the donation deck, so this is a change of pace. Alright, they have Brainstorm in their hand. I think I do want a Surgical Brainstorm. One 4. You're right. 1-4. You're right. You're right. It was a 1-4. Yeah. Thanks, Logan. Have a good one, man. Oh, I could Surgical the Savens, actually. That's what I'm supposed to do, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they get back into Fairy and a land. So I actually am supposed to Surgical the Savens, I think. Ooh, they drew a Plow? That sucks. Okay, I guess that's not long for this world, but that's okay. Yep. Just gonna overextend now. I can't really play around much, so I'm not going to. They can put a Plow back on top, but that's really not that exciting. I think I'll Daze the Plow to make a 1-1. Wow, Puncher's Chance. You don't think much of Anu, do you? I'm returning the Volk to play around back to basics as well. Alright, yes. Don't want to reveal that. I'm out of stuff, so I really need to play that. I'm not going to shuffle. This is like a trap ponder to keep, really. I think I'm just going to probably Surgical Plow. They have a Brainstorm still? Okay. Hypothetically, could have Brainstormed in response to get a free shuffle, but it's whatever for them. Alright, welcome to the stream, everyone. Okay, whatever. I don't think they knew, but... Was there a third Sanctuary? I didn't even look. Okay, well... That's something, I guess. Now I need to draw cheap threats, or any threats. Yo, what's up, Javier? How you doing, man? I hope I draw threats now. Alright, I'm supposed to brainstorm for a threat now. Like, there's so light on removal. Alright, time to slam. Welcome to the slam. I've surgicaled all of their plows, and there's only 2 Terminus left in their deck. Alright, well, guess they had one on top. But can't really play around that. I think I'm just going to draw both my cantrips and not cast either of them yet. Because I know my top card's a Brainstorm. If I just wait, I can get further in my deck. Oh, I should have untapped one of these. Whoops. Hope that doesn't cost me. 1, 2. Use 2 fetches. Okay. I can cast Brainstorm, then if it's bad, like if I miss a shuffle, I can cast Preordain to clear it away, so I guess I'll do that. Okay. So really what I want to do is play the True-Name in 2 turns. If I'm going to do that, and I need to Force of Will something, I'd rather pitch the Spell Pierce. So I'll put these 2 on top. No reason to cast Preordain, and just eats up a mana. So next turn, I'm just going to untap that, play the True-Name, and see if it rides to victory. It's fine. Like, really, the good part of this is my opponent cannot have too much removal left in their deck. They have, like, 1 Council's Judgment. And not much else, really. No, they don't. I only saw 2 Sanctuary. Did not see a Verdict. I saw Council's Judgment and an Oko and like a Teferi, I think. So like they're drawing pretty thin, I think, by this point. I've left in all of my force effects, so cantripping into another one's not that unlikely. So I'm going to play Ponder here to look for another force effect. I think I'm just going to shuffle that. Really don't want to draw a land now. Alright, that's fine. That's like kind of nice as a backup threat. Okay, I don't even really care. That's fine. I can just untap my islands. Sub Dogs on Twitch. Dogs on Twitch? Dodes? I don't know how it should be pronounced really, actually. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm gonna Preordain looking for another force, and then I think the game ends. Yeah. I really don't like B2B, especially versus this version. It's a lot worse. Alright, this is bad. I think the Borrower is bad too, actually. So I'll just bottom both. Okay. That gives me access to red if I want it, but I think the game is over now. That was a crazy game. Kind of shows you how dumb Arcanist is. Like, I basically won both of those games on the back of Dreadhorde Arcanist. Obviously, the Winter Orb was really lucky there, but It kind of looks like my opponent flooded out anyways, right? I'm not sure. It was somewhat well played. There were a lot of micro decisions I could have made better, I think. It's hard to tell Pokemoke because, like, I'm not sure. I played really aggressively to defend my Arcanist, and I think that ended up working pretty well in both of those games, if you saw. Yeah, I kind of think the Warp did not do much. But I think on average it will do a bunch in that matchup, so. Yo, D Gomez 4, thank you for the follow. Playing match 2 of Blue Red. Puncher's Chance P, not really. People ask me and I feel like it, I do sometimes, but it's not like I actively seek it. Alright, this is a keep. Opponent mold to 6, to 5. My hand's pretty good. Depends on what they do on turn 1. Will determine what I want to do on turn 1. Like, Fiddler the Drum, thank you. Chrome Mox. This might be Belcher. An appearance fee. Oh, it could be Tess, actually. This is Tess, I guess. Okay, I guess 10 fins. Alright, do you like forcing here? They have 2 cards. Probably I'm supposed to force this. Pitching Borrower, I think. So the reason to force that is if you let them get a fatty in the graveyard, then you have to counter every reanimation spell. Whereas if you do it this way, well, this is like hybrid reanimator, but the point's still taken, obviously. Pedal. Okay. Grim Tutor. That's fine. I did not want to balance Mox with Tutor. I understand, like, it's sort of appealing to, like, get them, but that takes way too long, I think. Alright. I guess they're setting up for, like, a later game. Just gonna play Arcanist this turn. Golgari Longlegs, if you tank all the time, then it's a balanced range. So yes, basic swamps. Null Rod in particular is insane, and Tormod Crypt is like okay, but I think I would have because of the Arcanist. That's pretty good. It's like max good. Wasteland does nothing. And now I'm just going to say go with all my counters right now because I don't think I need to cast one this turn. Next turn I can cast one, but I can't really fathom them beating both of these, especially since it's a 3-turn clock. Just get another Volk. Alright, well. Okay, cool. Thank you, deck. I'm not even being sarcastic right now. Gonna look for a blue source off the other ponder. I think I'm gonna shuffle this one. Well, actually, whoops, can't undo. No, the fifth blue card does not actually do very much, whereas a blue source would, so I think shuffling is correct. Okay, well. You can't control Z Ponder anymore, unfortunately, but that's fine. I think I'm so far ahead. Ant occasionally runs Grim Tutor, but I think this is Tin Fins based on Entomb. Or it could be Echo Vion Storm. So... I'm just bottom both. These are not good enough for my taste. Alright, whatever. I mean, I think my opponent is so dead that I could do things almost at random as long as I attacked a return that they would die. Because basically, I can force pitch something this turn. Yo, Golgari Longlegs, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. A shout out to a 3 black-green 5/4 from original Ravnica. Oh no, from RTR. RTR. Shout outs. 5/4 vanilla. Yeah. I corrected myself. You could scavenge, like, big things onto it. Like scavenging terror swarms onto it. I played a lot of RTR drafts. I think I went 4-2 in limited at that Pro Tour. RTR. Can't even remember. It was so long ago. I want to say I went 4-2. Opponent conceded without force checking me, but they probably didn't have anything. Really don't like bolts in these matchups, generally speaking. Do like Narset, do like Spell Pierce, do like Null Rod. I do like Crypt as well, because I think... Ooh, Sea Troll. I don't even know what that card is. I'm going to look it up in a second. Brazen Borrower is actually good versus Infernal Tutor. For what it's worth. I think I'm going to shave some number of Young Pyromancer. Alright, I'm going to look up this card. I don't know it offhand, which is kind of impressive. I like know most cards. Alright, Sea Troll. 2 and a blue. 2/1. Blue regenerate. Activate this ability only if Sea Troll blocked or was blocked by a blue creature this turn. It's an uncommon from Homelands. Alright, let's see what it's called in German. Merstrel. That's kind of sweet. Spanish. Troll de Mar. Makes sense. In French, Trollesse Marine. Italian, Troll Marino. And in Portuguese, Troll Marinho. Excuse me if I butchered your language of choice, but I tried. Had you at Homelands. Homelands did not have very many good cards. So serious thoughts are, do I side in answers to empty the Warrens? I don't think I'm going to. I just think the bolts are so bad. We also don't know if they actually have cantrips. They probably do, but I'm okay leaving it out for now. Brandy, thank you for the follow. So the Borrower versus Infernal Tutor thing I suspect is going to happen once or twice, depending on what's in play. But maybe not. Golgari Longlegs, thank you for the follow as well. Well, Golgari Longlegs, let me know if I should open a chest for you. Alright, so I'm actually going to keep this hand, And one of the primary reasons is we saw our opponent had Entomb, and I suspect they might just aggro Entomb for Echo and try to do that. It's decent. It's not insane. Like, my last hand was absurd, like, in the matchup, right? But this hand's okay, is how I would put it. Opponent went to 5 again. It's Spanish Inquisition, isn't it? Golgari Longlegs, I appreciate the kind words. Alright, they're at 10, but they drew 4, so it's kind of an even battle, actually. It's kind of insane. Alright. Should I waste them? Probably not. I think I'm just going to ponder. Looking for a counter. Alright, I think I should just shuffle this. You could make a slight argument for wasting, but I don't think it's good enough. Alright, so I played Cage and Grixis Delver Arcanist before. I went 1 for Kalugari. But I think Unbanned Mental Misstep was... Yo, Ranch Tree. My current deck is definitely a banger. I hope you're having a good one, Roundtree. I'm currently 1-0 with it, and I went 1-4 with the previous deck. I hope you do well in the Players' Champs. Cheers. But yeah, Izzet Delver is definitely a banger. Interesting. Okay. Probably screwed if they're leading with that. I can, like, surgical them to, like, maybe cut off some lines, but it doesn't seem great for me. This basically acts like silence on this turn. I doubt Veil Go is going to happen in Doomlake. I highly doubt it. Alright, that I cannot counter. Alright, so they had the Echo. What does surgicaling accomplish? If I surgical Lion's Eye Diamond, what happens? Probably cuts off enough outs that I'm supposed to do it. I'm going to surgical lead, I think, is a much better play, to be fair. They have a Charred Belcher and 2 Tendrils in their deck. They have 3 more Echoes, but it's hard for them. They have Xantid Swarm, so I'm going to bring Bolt in back for game 3. They don't. Not in this version. They only have 4 Cruel Bargain. They don't have Infernal Contract, I think is the name of the other card. Alright, I'll take a screenshot. I should actually screenshot all of this. Alright. Yeah, they're not playing Infernal Contract. Alright. Okay, well, if I don't die this turn, I'm probably in good shape. I just need to not die this turn. That's all I'm asking for. Carpet of Flowers. It only produces 1 mana, so that's fine. Famous last words, probably, yeah. I can't fathom not being dead. Carpet of Flowers. Okay. Okay. Oh no, they get 2 mana, so maybe we are dead. Maybe they can only tendrils for 16. Or it. That looks like a man who has me dead. Or a person who has me dead, rather. Okay, cool. Good beats. I can't... Alright. Wow, that guy sucked. But live by the force of will, die by the force of will. Silence wins again. I think Surgicling was correct, to be fair. I think I'm gonna cut these for bolts. I'm kind of scared of Xantid Swarm, and bolt's not that bad, it's just not insane. Whereas I think Brazen Borrower is only okay. I'm really glad I didn't side in Blast. Blast seems really, really bad. So. Yeah, we could zap them. I mean, they had 1 extra storm, right, Doomwake? Because it was Storm 9, we were at 18. So we took 20. This is pretty good. Certainly not mulliganing this. The real question is, do I actually play the Preordain on 1? I think the answer is yes. You could also make a case for not doing so because it leaves up Daze and Force of Will. Oh, sure. But I think with Leads, they could just go... go really, really, really big with like multiple echoes. So probably that would just get me killed. I don't know. Pretty sure letting them have their leads leads to me dying more often, but it's certainly a close call. Obviously, the 2 life isn't free because it's effectively 4 life. Alright. I want to do this. That's not great. Okay. Guess you got me. Wonder if they just have Echo in their hand. Wonder if that improved me or not. I don't actually know. Probably improved me slightly. Maybe I'm dead. That would suck. How's that look about it? Okay, I've decided that Crypt is not that great in this matchup. No, it's not 10 pins. There's no Gristlebrand or Goryo's Vengeance. This is more like Spanish Inquisition meets Echo V on Storm. Okay. You're thinking of Culling the Weak on Rog, I think. Skull Mulcher. Odious Trow is a nice one too. Okay, well, that worked out sort of well. I think wasting is really not very good, so I'm not going to do it. I could also cast Preordain this turn, actually look for a second force. That might be better. They are at 10. What's the likelihood I find another force in 3 cards? Alright, I'm gonna Preordain. Well, actually, if they had tendrils, they would have killed me last turn, right? Okay, so I don't think they have anything. Yeah, I was making up my mind. I think it's a little bit close as well. They did a bunch of stuff, but it ultimately didn't really do much. I think it might actually be a 50-50 decision. I don't know. Culling the Weak is such a great card for many reasons. The flavor is insane. And I think the art is really, really scary. Nah, it's 50-50. Grim Tutor. I can just let that go. Put some to 7. If they try to echo again, I can stop that at least. I don't think they have Veil in their hand, but obviously it's possible. But also, like, if they get Veil, so what? Then what do they do? Like, Puncher's Chance. If they get Veil, what do they do? Okay, they got... See, this is what I expected. I'm gonna pitch Daze. I think Daze is my worst card by a lot. Brainstorm. Well, they couldn't do that because they have to crack LED to flash back the Echo. So they couldn't have Veil in their hand, which is what I was predicting was going to happen. Ponder. Well, that's... It's actually okay. I should take the land and cast Preordain looking for force, I think. Actually, what happens if I Wasteland them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I should actually Wasteland them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a mana source. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I waste them, it cuts off Echo as a top deck. So I guess I'll do that. So they go to 4. They get 1 mana from this. Probably Golgari Longlegs, but I would have to think of them. Alright, well, that probably does it. Now they're at 1. They can't cast any card draw spells. I could waste myself, but I think Daze is the same as wasting, right? Fine. If I force a copy, they die on my turn. Okay, we got it 2-1. That's nice. Rebounding from the 1-4 last week. GG. We're already in the money this week. 50 play points at a time. All right, I think depending on how long this match takes, it might be my last for the night. Look, Stu. We got to take them where and go. Wong deck, why? Wong deck, why? 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 Oh no. Alright. I guess I'll keep. This hand's pretty good though. Friend of the stream, long deck. Alright, so it's a Delver Mirror, huh? Hand's pretty good though. Can I be wasteproof here? Technically, yes. But then I give up the option to Daze, so I guess I'll just Chain Lightning it. If they Daze, that's fine. No one has anything. Sea Breeze, I don't think so. I think Astrolabe is still like a pretty format warping card, really. So we're playing probably Rug. I would guess long deck is on Rug. Could be Bug actually. But in any case, I think what might be pretty relevant is basic lands from my side if I draw enough lands. On the other hand, I think playing Delver here off the Volk is just so appealing for many reasons that I might do it. Alright, so Catacombs implies Sultai / Bug to me. Hope this isn't Tarmogoyf. Fuck. Tarmogoyf is so good. Alright, cool. Don't really want that one. Oh shit. I was actually supposed to play Ponder there. Fuck. Alright. I don't want those. Really don't want any of these cards. Okay. Guess that's sort of fine. Really looking for my third land. No, I think keeping Force of Will is not a good idea. Alright, well, guess I can do that anyways. I really just don't want to spend so many cards killing a Tarmogoyf like this. I don't think it's a good use of resources. I'm gonna pitch the other Force of Negation. It's definitely my worst card. What did they pitch? Force? I think it's pretty clear they don't have Daze unless if they drew it, so I'm not going to play around it. Anyways. Fuck. So I guess they just drew it. Okay, well, this gives me a glimmer of hope. Just have to hope their last card is not good. Right, our fawns were doing almost nothing. Looks like the last card's Decay. It's one of the huge vulnerabilities of blue-red. What's up, Alan? Welcome to the stream. Alan, you missed me going 1-4 with mono black. Oh my god. No! Stop it! I'm already dead! I'm already dead! Okay. I don't think there's almost any series of draws I could have here that win me the game. It can. Just not versus Tarmogoyf it can't, really. Alright. But here I think I'm just deterministically dead no matter what I do. Suppose I ponder into a Delver I have to block, really. And then I can't draw out, really. Spell Pierce is horrible, so is Force of Negation. The real problem is I don't have a really good way to deal with Tarmogoyf. So I think I'm just going to try to win all of the counter wars over it. Which is really, really not where you want to be in a Delver Mirror, because that's a really high variance plan. Yeah, Mind Harness is old tech. The problem with Mind Harness is people have so many, like, that card's not good versus Abrupt Decay, really. So, that's the major problem. I think this is a keep, actually. I mean, hypothetically, one of the advantages of blue-red over bug is you have a better mana base. You're thinking of... What are you thinking of? X blue blue steal with CMCX. Are you thinking of Dominate? Dominate is X1 blue blue. In any case, I have to decide if I want to play around Wasteland or not. Well, that's not steal, it's bounce, right? Oh, you're talking about Entrancing Melody, I see. That does not seem very good. But also that one rotated, that's why I was confused. So really the question is, do I want to play Preordain 1? I think I am going to. I'm just gonna get a Volk. If they waste me, so be it. I really cannot get... Ooh, that's pretty good. I'm gonna leave the Arcanist on top because of discard. But yeah, Melody is technically better, but the problem is it costs so much. It costs basically 4 mana, right? Alright, so this is a high variance plan. Threads I don't love either for basically the same reason. I'm just gonna spend my mana now. If they like counter this, I'm fine with it. If they don't, I'm also fine with it. Pretty good for me. Most likely counterplay for them is to... Well, the best counterplay for them would be Fatal Push, obviously, but... Okay, that's pretty good too. Guess I'll just... cast the Preordain, obviously. I hate how it lets me target Pyroblast, but that's just like the biggest tease because that's not actually going to do anything. No thanks. I think I'm actually going to play Pyromancer here. Legacy's Allure is way too slow. That's a classic of older cubes. I remember that card. But that card has not aged well. Yo, Brog. Thanks for the resub. I'll open a chest for you in a sec if you want me to. We're playing some Izzet Delver. We all know Volcanic Island is the master dual land. But Bayou's good too. Old Man to See. Classic. Actually, I think I'm gonna let it go. I don't even have another cantrip anyway, so like, who cares? Plus, I just want to deploy my stuff anyways. Alright. If I hit another waste, I'm just going to snap off double waste so fast that'll make your head spin. Yo, what's up, Jesse? How you been? Did you retire from Magic? I feel like you have. I'm gonna keep the Ponder. Retired from Standard. You still play Legacy and Vintage? Yo, Ethereal Burial, thank you for the 2-month resub. Let me know if I should open a chest for you. I'm gonna waste black here. Obviously, they could play like a Tarmogoyf, but I think I have a Tarmogoyf pretty well under control. I also still own Legacy cards. I think I'm just gonna let this go. Yes, True-Name is the best substitute for Brazen Borrower. In fact, I think it may be better in a lot of scenarios. It's pretty good, actually. I think I can just hit for 3 this turn. Next turn, Borrower back the Tarmogoyf. And I can leave up Daze this turn, so I think that looks pretty appealing overall. Third Force is not great, but I think this is a coherent plan that's going to end up winning this game. I think I'm also going to chain my opponent this turn because it produces another token. We are very far ahead. Yes, that's why I'm chaining my opponent. I lost game 1. They were in the play. I think I'm winning this game, but game 3 will be the decider, I suppose. Looks like an angler to me. Ren was pretty egregious. I played a fair amount with it, Jesse. I think my win rate with the Rogue Ren deck was like 75% or something absurd over like a pretty reasonable end. Alright, I think I'm just gonna bounce this and make a big attack. Obviously they could have Decay for this, but I think that's fine. Okay, they don't have Decay for the Delver. So I think they're pretty dead. Time for Oko. I mean, what would Oko do here? Are they at 3? I guess I still force this. I think they were dead even if I let that resolve, but they could have something weird. What if they had like Contagion plus Black card or something weird? So I think forcing that is good. Alright, we're on the draw now, but I think Daze is just so good in the Delver Mirrors that you're not allowed to take it out. And really, our deck can't beat big creatures that easily, so I think we're forced to leave in the Force of Wills, even on the draw. And really, like, my other cards are just not good. Like, these cards are fucking horrible. So I think this is the way I want to configure myself for game 3 on the draw. Yeah, don't cut Daze. Daze is incredible in the mirrors. There are just so many spots where you think to yourself in a Delver Mirror that, like, if my opponent has Daze, I'm dead. This is, like, on the lower end of hands I want to keep, but I think I'm going to keep. Note, I have 2 basics. I have 3 basics in my deck, so I'm actually Wasteland proof this game. But okay. So here's another subtle thing. I kind of think Thoughtseize is actually not great in the Delver Mirrors. I don't think paying 2 life to look at your opponent's hand and trade for a card is actually a good rate, personally. But I understand if other people feel differently. Oh, they took Pyromancer, huh? So if they play Tarmogoyf next turn, it'll be a 2/3 if they don't have a fetch. If they have a fetch, it'll be a 3/4. Okay. Okay, my opponent has 3 cards left, so I feel okay about the situation. Question is, which land do I want to play and which spell do I want to play? You could make a case for Arcanist or Chain Lightning. I think personally I'm just going to play Arcanist off Mountain. If they have Daze, so be it. Because the problem is Borrower is also weak to Daze. They didn't have it, which I'm kind of happy about, to be quite fair. Alright, good. They didn't blind flip. It's also worth noting most of the Sultai lists are the worst at flipping their Delvers. Chifley, I went 1-4 with the deck. Oh, my stuff. Tarmogoyf is the real answer. God, it would be insane right here. Izzet Staticaster would literally beat the nuts. Yeah, Oko is another good reason too. Should I just double chain? Yeah, I think I'm gonna just chain both of the Delvers and hope nothing bad happens to me. Alright, now we're at parity. And I've successfully hope my opponent doesn't draw Tarmogoyf or Gurmagangor or Oko. Well, that's not great either, to be fair. But whatever. Alright, guess I'm playing a Brazen Borrower end step to try to race, but... person who draws the first cantrip also significantly favored in these spots. Okay, well. Resolves. I think that actually puts me ahead in the race as well. Alright, I'm going to sandbag the lands in case if I draw Brainstorm. My 5th land doesn't really do much, unless if I really want to bluff Force of Will, but I don't think that's worth it here. I think leaving the upside of drawing Brainstorm is so much better. Deny. I don't remember what I beat, but it wasn't that. Shit. It's an Angler. So dead. Alright, well, now I have to play my land out, but I'm probably going to lose. So Virgo, I can win if I Brainstorm into 2 bolts next turn, right? Alright, that was not very satisfying. I'll play one more match. My opponent is a friend of the stream, so I'll say GG's. Normally wouldn't, but friend of the stream. Alright, let's play one more match. Then probably, well, I guess I might just play both by this point. Golly, what a game. I believe my hand was a keep, but one of the problems in those blue mirrors, if you don't draw a cantrip, your deck kind of sucks, but I'm playing like a shit ton. I'm playing 12. A lot of lists only play 8. Like that bug list, I'm pretty sure only plays 8 to 10. And once you play with Arcanist, you want to play with more cantrips anyways, so more cantrips and like 1 mana removal and stuff like that. So no real obvious misplays. I think those matchups are sort of straightforward, especially that game. Yeah, unhappily keep is how I would describe this hand, but if they do something that's soft to Wasteland, I might just waste them on turn 1, but we'll see how I draw. Or what I draw on turn 1, rather. Okay. Probably going to snap off the waste first that, but we'll see what happens. Alright, now I'm almost certainly going to waste them. Yeah. That's pretty good too. Better lucky than good, huh? So they know about the Daze. Could be Ant, could be like Sultai, could be like Grixis. Could be anything really, like. They know about the Tarn, so I'll play that one. But I'm just gonna attack and say go. Yeah, I think your read is correct, Virgo. Well, fetching the Trop there makes me re-question it. Okay, probably not Ant, if I had to guess. Well, now I definitely don't want to do that, right? Okay. Just gonna run it out. I can't really not run it out, I think. I'm already soft to Wasteland, so I might as well be all the way soft and give myself priority on keeping it safe. Looks like my opponent was starting to play an Angler, so there's like a very small amount of merit to dazing this, but I decided not to. I just don't think it's good enough. Sucks. It's more than just that, I think. Oh, it's pretty good. Force Pitch Oko, huh? Okay. Teasing that is not actually good, so I'm not going to. Alright, that's pretty good. For them to force Borrower, it makes me think they don't... Well, okay. They probably drew that push then. No reason to bolt now, like... I think I'm still going to hold the chain in case my opponent, like, makes a Baleful Strix or something like that. Or Jace. Okay, well... I do have basics in my deck for this reason. And now I'm kind of glad I didn't fetch any of the basics because of that trophy. Alright, I'm going to sandbag this one because of Brainstorm. Again, no reason to chain them. Alright. Christ. Well, I guess I can shuffle 2 lands away, but it's not exactly inspiring. I have an island and a mountain left in my deck. Gonna need to draw another cantrip, I think. Ask and ye shall receive. Okay, well, that's a thing. I guess I could technically draw a Brainstorm, and that'd be slightly better to do first, because I do have an extra land. Chain Lightning's not really that great as well. But maybe they're low enough I'm supposed to just... Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to just put the chain on top. I could just put 2 lands on top and draw 1. Yeah, that's probably what I'm supposed to do by this point. And hope somehow the 1/3 lives. It probably won't, but that's okay. Yeah. This is a matchup where you really want True-Name, I think. Gromag Angler. Yeah, if they had Trophy, it was a lot better to do that, but... Just gonna kill this, unfortunately. I mean... I think I'm gonna just fetch this turn, which is my last land. Jay the Mind Sculptor, we are on just blue-red Delver at the moment. Playing against Bug Control. We're 2-1 currently. Alright, well, I guess I'll fetch and Brainstorm just to see what's going to happen next turn. GG's earlier, Jiggy Wiggy. Okay, I guess I'll let my opponent him my Daze. Let's hope they're out of removal. Nope. There's no reason to cast it. I'd rather just have 6 and save time. The result's the same no matter what. Jesus Christ. Am I gonna get to stick a threat? I guess not. Alright, well, kind of have to do this. That's not great. I'm also at 10 somehow, so probably have to trade off my Delver for Snap, actually. Alright, now I'm dead. Cruise was not fun for a month. Alright. I guess it was fun if you were cruising and your opponent wasn't, right? Yes, that is a good way of describing it. I think chain kind of sucks. I think I might Pyroblast, yeah. Don't think Staticaster is where you want to be. Obviously, like, here's the thing. I don't like having cards that don't kill my opponent or interact with them on the stack. Staticaster is good when you're playing against Strixon. Bug control. Kind of think this orb is actually not good. I don't really love the bolts either, but I probably have to keep them. I think Borrower's good. They showed barely any basics last game for what it's worth, so they didn't show Astrolabe, so I think they have less basics. Then I'm gonna cut 2 bolts and 1 Force of Negation. I couldn't get any traction last game. Like, literally 6 creatures in a row got killed. It's kind of insane if you think about it, but whatever. Opponent's going to 5. That's kind of good for me. I might actually not want these blasts versus them going forward. One issue with Blast versus him to Tarok is not great. Alright, they bought them both. Young Pyromancer. Okay. It's pretty bad. I lost a bug. I think I'm supposed to shuffle, but it's kind of a nightmare scenario all around. Hypothetically, I could keep Preordain Daze on top and just draw the Delver later. Maybe I actually am supposed to do that. Alright. I think I actually am supposed to do that to try to reduce variance in a game where if it goes somewhat normally, I'm gonna win. Well, no, I want to Daze this turn if I can. I really don't want to draw the second Delver, which is why I stacked it like that. Crisis averted. There's 18 lands in my deck total, so it's a little bit dangerous to do what I did. On the other hand, like, I think the Daze is just so insane versus them that I didn't want to pass up that possibility. I think I might just force pitching Daze since they've been playing around it the entire time. Moz10, thank you for the follow. The only way I could let this resolve is if I knew I was drawing another red source next turn, really. It is a 2-for-1 anyway. I think I'm just going to force it. That's a yikes. Alright, a red source would be pretty good. Alright, then I'm going to play Arcanist to force them to have a removal spell. Then I can remove the Strix next turn. They bought them both. Another good sign. Less good sign, but that's okay. Red source is still nuts for me. Cool. Gonna use Pyroblast and not Bolt because I want to go to their Nug soon. Like, they're already at 15. Decay on my Pyromancer? Okay. That's fine. That's less fine. That's another good reason to use the Blast last turn instead of Bolt. Basically have to go after that no matter what. Here. Yeah, it was not great, but I stand by my decision to do that. I think I should actually Spell Pierce and save the Blast for Strix. Okay, their last card's Angler. Not great. Really not great. Not gonna block. Think tripping them for a little bit per turn. Okay, guess I'd play that. Gonna chump the Angler to get another impulse out of my Narset. Okay. They know my last card is Brainstorm. So I'll pad my hand first. Well, there's the True-Name that I would kind of wanted. I guess I still just Brainstorm first. See what happens. Alright, that's pretty good. I can hold off the Angler for another turn like that, and then that shuts off cantrips. The Bolt doesn't look particularly good. And I'm not going to have a shuffle effect, so I think I'm going to shuffle the Ponder away. And then I'll just play the land. Probably just Borrower. Alright, I'll just Borrow it now. The reason letting them untap means I get reamed by like a Force of Will instead. Okay. Oh no, opponent! Oh no! Oh no! That was insane! I did not expect that to happen. I mean, obviously, like, it's stupid that Narset does that, but oh, this is working out perfectly for me. Narset is so dumb. No, I have played plenty of that card. Come on. Plus on me, sure. Just gonna force the Angler. It's like not worth risking anything. Who can top deck better? Well, that's a shock to yourself. Gonna play that one. Not gonna play the mountain. But I don't think wasting them is really that great right now. They might play like Creeping Torpid or something, I guess. So, alright, they're plussing on themselves finally. I think they probably should have been doing that every turn, really. They left on top. Yikes. Wonder how much this Narset is doing. Besides that one turn where they put their card back on top of their deck. Ponder, yes please. Let's see what's going on. Alright, so the question is, how aggressive do I want to be at playing around a sweeper? I think I'm not actually going to deploy any of these Arcanists right now, so I'm going to leave them on top of my deck. Because they're dead in 2 unless if something happens. Yeah, Narset's probably done enough this game. No! Boo. It sucks. Maybe I should have just attacked first before playing the Ponder. Yeah. Got lazy. Got punished. Yes. It's what I said. I should also have deduced they were drawing something good that game, or that turn, because I knew that they left on top. Alright, now I'll play this. You Volt, huh? Sure. Could have gone for the bolt line. Kind of think just attacking the Delver twice does the same thing with less risk, but maybe I should have gone for the bolt. Okay. Trying to figure out if I could do anything good. So that's not good. So I think the answer is I'm forced to attack with both. So this one's going in the stack first. Two, three. They can pay for both of those. Maybe I should have played my land to... No, that doesn't change anything. Is it target? Pyroblast. Target. Bolt. Perhaps I just delayed the inevitable and gave them another card anyways. Okay, well, barely won that one. Probably should have played better in that game. Okay. Yeah, I really don't love bolts versus them. I think I'm just gonna leave it and hope to like run them over with stuff. Like I have a lot of creatures in my deck post board. I have 14. The Narset's kind of a pseudo threat. I say kind of because like alright. Okay, this is fine. No, I don't think so, but the problem is if they ever find a kill spell, then it just kind of gets out of hand. I think I'm going to bottom the Force, actually, instead of the third Delver. I think I want all my Delvers. Can't really fathom a scenario where I really want to cast all of these Force of Wills, unless if I have, like, extreme pressure going. God damn it. No, I'm just going to hope to flip my Delvers to like a Bolt or something. Christ. Alright. The problem with forcing here is I don't really have anything else going on. Really? Bajuka Bog? That's what you've come up with? I think so. Okay, that's pretty good. It's probably the best card I can hope for in this scenario, actually. Yeah, probably not a good matchup, but we're trying our best, Eric. Do I shuffle? I feel like I shouldn't shuffle, but it's close. So I drew the waste this turn because I expect to be hymned. I could have drawn the turn, I guess. Shit. It's not great. Maybe I should have traded my Delvers off. Now I'm kind of fucked. Think need to... Yeah, humanity had no chance to survive versus the Plague Engineer. Alright, give me a Daze, I guess. No reason to chomp because it'll just die. Like, it doesn't really have a real effect on the game anymore. Because I would have to waste the token protecting it, and then I would just lose to other stuff. No, because Young Pyromancer is not a wizard. Naming humans correct. God, I really hate it when people don't get punished with their greedy mana bases. Alright, so I think my out is to draw True-Name. So let's see if I draw True-Name. And then some bolts. Yeah, I think my opponent's deck is actually really soft to Wasteland based on deck construction, but alright. Can't win anymore. It's kind of not great. Nope. Alright. I think I'm going to call it quits for now because it's pretty late for me. Let's see. Do I have any chest openings on the docket? I do. I guess I'll open 1, 2, 3. 3 chests. 3 chests. Ooh, Obnixilis, a Wit's End, and 5 waypoints. The OG Obnixilis. Shout out to draining people out 3 points at a time. Good with Scapeshift. Wit's End, well, this is the descendant of Amnesia. Whoops. Oh, I almost thought I clicked open all again. Akuta Bornavash. Remember, this was a chase rare, actually. Even though it was significantly worse than Kagamaru. Oh yeah, the Wit's End art is pretty nice. Ooh, might be worth something now. Temple of Mystery, Metamorphose, 5 play points. This might be worth something because of the resurgence of Standard. Alright, let's see who's in. I'm going to be back Thursday morning to stream with one Andrew Shout before going to my friend's place for Thanksgiving. But let's see what's going on. Alright, someone else is streaming Legacy, so we'll send them a raid. XJ Cloud. Humble brag that I have friends. I know, it's so humble. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. Be back Thursday morning at around 9 Eastern. See ya.